At the beginning of the 17th century, the Strait of Hormuz controlled the fate of global trade. Whoever controlled this narrow sea passage controlled the wealth of empires. The Portuguese Empire had seized this critical choke point. Their fortress on Hormuz Island became the key to controlling the entire region. Every ship passing through the Strait of Hormuz was under foreign surveillance. Persian merchants were forced to pay heavy tolls to continue their journey. In Isfahan, Shah Abbas was planning a response to this dominance. He knew that breaking control over the Strait of Hormuz was essential. But Persia had no strong naval force to challenge Portugal at sea. This weakness forced Shah Abbas to consider an unexpected alliance. England, rising as a naval power, became a potential partner. A silent shift of power was beginning around the Strait of Hormuz. Shah Abbas saw an opportunity in the rivalry between Portugal and the English East India Company. Both sides shared the same goal: breaking Portugal's monopoly over trade in the Persian Gulf. After several negotiations, Shah Abbas and the English East India Company reached a military agreement. Persia would provide the army, while the English would provide naval power. Shah Abbas ordered the campaign to reclaim Hormuz. Command of the Safavid forces was entrusted to Allahverdi Khan. The Safavid army marched toward Gambran, today's Bandar Abbas. At the coast, English East India Company ships stood ready to transport the troops. Persian soldiers boarded English ships bound for Hormuz. The Allied fleet sailed toward the waters of the Strait of Hormuz. Portuguese lookouts spotted the approaching fleet from the towers of Hormuz fortress. The Portuguese commander immediately ordered full battle readiness. The Allied fleet slowly formed its battle line near Hormuz Island. Imam-Quli Khan ordered the troops to prepare for landing. Portuguese watchtowers sounded the alarm. The Portuguese commander chose to use the fortress itself as a shield for his fleet. Portuguese warships anchored tightly alongside the fortress walls. This tactic made direct naval bombardment extremely difficult for the English fleet. But the Safavid forces had no intention of fighting a prolonged siege. Boats carrying Persian soldiers advanced toward the shores of Hormuz. Portuguese cannons unleashed heavy fire upon the advancing troops. Explosions echoed across the waters of the Strait of Hormuz. Despite heavy losses, the Safavid troops reached the shore. The decisive battle for Hormuz had only just begun. Safavid forces advanced toward Hormuz fortress from multiple directions. English warships concentrated their cannon fire on Portuguese positions. Despite fierce resistance, the Portuguese defenders began losing their positions. After weeks of siege and fighting, the defenders' supplies were nearly exhausted. The Portuguese commander realized the battle could no longer be sustained. At last, the Portuguese surrendered, and Hormuz fortress fell. After more than a century, Portuguese domination over Hormuz came to an end. Control of one of the world's most strategic sea routes returned to Persia. This victory strengthened Persia's position in the Persian Gulf for years to come. Subscribe now. Explore the untold stories that shaped our world.